A shocking case has shaken both the justice system and social media. A rising TikTok star has been arrested for murder, accused of killing a man whose dark past is as complicated as the influencer's own. What began as cryptic videos and strange online posts has exploded into one of the most controversial trials of the year, where fame, obsession, and violence collide. Prosecutors say the evidence is undeniable: surveillance footage, threatening voice notes, bloodstains, and a chilling TikTok post just hours before the crime. But the defense is determined to fight back, painting the victim as a man with enemies everywhere, and suggesting that the digital trail might not be as clear as it seems. In a world where likes and followers can rewrite reality, this case is about far more than one murder. It's about trust, truth, and the dangerous power of influence. Stay tuned, because we're just getting started. If you want the full breakdown of the twists, the evidence, and the secrets this case has already uncovered, make sure you like this video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next update. This is a story you'll want to follow until the very end. Investigators say Habibzoy publicly accused Kifton of taking $31,000 from him. His TikTok posts before and after the killing referenced revenge, including, "We never move on without taking our own revenge, and if you do something bad to us, something bad will happen to you." These statements are quoted in the arrest warrant. Timeline, key points. May 31, 11:00 p.m. Gunshots at Kifton's complex. He's found mortally wounded outside. That night, a phone call reportedly lures Kifton outside to meet a woman who, detectives say, has ties to Habibzoy. Shots follow moments later. Same-day travel data from the suspect's phone and license plate readers places his car Houston-San Antonio back to Houston on May 31. August 21, Habibzoy is arrested and booked on a murder charge, case filed in Bihar County. Evidence outlined by police and in the warrant. 1. Digital trail, TikTok: multiple posts naming or showing the victim and repeating the $31,000 accusation, plus revenge language. Local outlets say detectives archived these posts for the case file. 2. Travel and location data. Phone/location records show the suspect's device in San Antonio during the homicide window. Automated license plate readers captured his vehicle on the Houston-San Antonio corridor May 31. 3. Recorded call/confession. An investigator obtained audio recording, in Pashto, in which Habibzoy allegedly says the victim wasn't giving him his money, so he finished him. The warrant adds he said his heart is pleased and satisfied. 4. Lure via phone call. A witness statement in call records indicating a woman, linked to the suspect, phoned Kifton to step outside just before shots were fired. Police say she's under investigation. 5. Post-incident conduct. Coverage notes additional threatening posts after the killing, which investigators interpret as consciousness of guilt. Defense relevance will be contested at trial. Defense note: Habibzoy initially denied involvement and claimed his TikTok was hacked. Reporters say police pointed to continued posting to discount that claim. How they came together. Workplace link: both men worked at a trucking company previously, exact employer not named in public reports reviewed. The alleged $31,000 dispute stems from that relationship, per the warrant and local reporting. Past records: what's known. Accused: Habibzoy. None of the public reporting or the arrest warrant excerpts reviewed mention prior criminal convictions or arrests. If he has a history, it's not referenced in these outlets or the warrant summary. Confirming beyond media requires a formal Bihar/Harris County records search. Deceased: Kifton. No prior criminal history is reported in the sources reviewed. Media coverage focuses on the homicide, not on any past record. Again, confirming would require official record searches. If you want, I can walk you through how to check Bihar County's public portals, jail activity, magistrate search, criminal dockets, to independently verify any past cases. They're open to the public but require manual queries. Current status. Charge: murder, first degree, per SAPD/KSAT, case pending in Bihar County. Custody: held in Bihar County. News reports indicate custody following arrest. Prosecutors say the posts show motive and identity, but if the defense convinces a judge the confession recording is inadmissible and the TikTok archives lack proper authentication, does the state still have enough to win a trial, or does the $31,000 feud become reasonable doubt? 1. The prosecution's toolbox: what they'll rely on. Digital/social media evidence. archived TikTok posts with threats and money accusation content will be used to establish motive and intent. Prosecutors will introduce screenshots, full post archives, and platform metadata to show timestamps and that the posts came from the accused account. Location and travel data, phone cell tower pings, GPS logs, and automated license plate reader (LPR) hits placing a vehicle on the Houston-San Antonio corridor on May 31 are strong circumstantial evidence of presence in the murder window. Recorded statement. The recorded Pashto call in which the suspect allegedly admits "I finished him" is potentially the most damaging piece. Prosecutors will push for its admission as an incriminating admission against interest. Witness testimony. The woman who allegedly phoned the victim to lure him outside, neighbors who heard the shots, and any employee/coworker who can testify about the money dispute will be frontline witnesses. Forensic timeline. Ballistics and crime scene forensics, time of death estimates, shell casings, trajectory, that match witness accounts and phone timestamps will help fix the sequence of events. 2. Strong defense strategies the defense is likely to use. Authentication and chain of custody challenges. Defense will demand proof TikTok posts were authored by the defendant, not a hacked account, and challenge the chain of custody for any screenshots, downloads, or phone extractions. Suppression of the recorded call. The defense may argue the recording was obtained illegally or is unreliable, translation authenticity, context, suggestive questioning. They may also challenge whether the translator's transcript is accurate. Questioning geolocation precision. Cell site and LPR data can place a device or plate in an area but don't always prove the defendant was the driver or shooter. Defense will emphasize alternate explanations: borrowed car, shared device, mistaken LPR read. Attacking motive/inference. Even if posts show anger, the defense will argue hyperbole, cultural context, or online posturing, not an actual plan to kill. Alibi/duress/third-party culpability. If evidence points to another person, for instance, the neighbor or the woman who allegedly lured the victim, the defense may push reasonable doubt or present alternate perpetrator theories. 3. Evidentiary fights to watch. Pretrial motions. Motion to suppress the Pashto recording, chain of custody, consent, and translation accuracy will be contested. If suppressed, prosecution loses its most direct admission. Motion to compel platform records. Defense or prosecution may demand full TikTok server logs, IP addresses, device fingerprints, to prove authorship. Expect company compliance fights or narrow warrants. Forensic reliability hearings. Defense may ask Daubert/freestyle challenges for certain expert testimony, e.g., LPR accuracy, cell tower triangulation methods, or a translator's qualification. Severance or witness protection motions. If co-conspirators or cooperating witnesses are identified, there may be plea bargaining or witness immunity discussions. 4. Likely witnesses and who will matter most. Prosecution, arresting detectives, digital forensics analysts, phone/TikTok, LPR/camera technicians, translators for the recorded call, the alleged lure witness, the woman, neighbors who heard the shots, and co-workers familiar with the $31,000 dispute. Defense, digital security experts, to challenge account authentication, forensic geolocation analysts, to cast doubt on location certainty, and character witnesses for the defendant. 5. Legal timeline and potential outcomes. What to expect next. Pre-trial phase, arraignment, if not already done, discovery exchanges, suppression hearings, and status conferences. Expect multiple pre-trial hearings over weeks to months. Plea versus trial. Prosecutors may offer plea deals depending on strength of the admissible evidence. If core evidence is suppressed, the prosecution may be more likely to negotiate. If convicted, Texas murder convictions carry severe penalties, from long-term imprisonment to life or, in some murder cases with aggravating factors, even capital sentencing, though charging and capital eligibility depend on precise facts and prosecutor discretion. If key evidence suppressed, the case could be significantly weakened, possibly leading to reduced charges or dismissal, but that's an uphill battle. Circumstantial evidence can still be compelling for juries. 6. Media and public impact. Social media echo chamber. This case highlights how the defendant's public posts can be used as both evidence and narrative fuel. Expect viral coverage, translated clips, and opinion pieces that may complicate jury selection. Witness intimidation and safety. Given social media attention, court may consider protections for witnesses and high-profile gag orders. Opening statements from both sides, the prosecutor's dramatic presentation of the Pashto recording, and the defense's devastating cross-examination of the LPR technician. But here's the tease: what if the translator on the recording suddenly testifies they never authenticated the transcript? Will that crack the prosecution's most powerful piece of evidence, or will a surprise witness patch the hole and turn the trial on its head? Prosecutors revealed that investigators had substantial digital evidence linking the TikToker to the murder. Surveillance cameras showed both the accused and the victim arriving separately at the same location just hours before the crime. Phone records placed them together, while deleted text messages recovered from the accused device hinted at escalating tension. One message read, "We need to settle this once and for all," fueling speculation that the meeting was far from innocent. Witnesses claimed they saw the two arguing in a parking lot shortly before gunshots were reported. Police later recovered a handgun from the accused car, which ballistic tests matched to shell casings found at the scene. Even more damaging, investigators discovered search history entries on the TikToker's phone about how to get rid of someone without being caught. Despite the mountain of evidence, the defense is already pushing back. They argue that the gun was planted, that the text messages are being taken out of context, and that the TikToker had been targeted by online rivals who wanted to ruin their career. With the case now set to head toward trial, the spotlight has shifted from social media fame to the chilling reality of a possible premeditated killing. But here's where it gets darker, because hidden in the court filings is a sealed witness statement that could blow the case wide open. Who is this mystery witness, and why are prosecutors keeping their identity secret? Court insiders revealed that prosecutors are holding back their most powerful piece of evidence, a confidential witness statement. According to leaked reports, the mystery witness claims they were present during the heated confrontation between the TikToker and the victim. This individual allegedly overheard the accused say something chilling, "If you don't back off, you won't live to see tomorrow." But why the secrecy? Legal experts believe prosecutors are keeping the witness's identity hidden because of serious safety concerns. Social media fan groups of the accused have already been threatening anyone tied to the case, raising fears of retaliation. For now, the witness's testimony remains sealed until the judge rules on whether it can be admitted in trial. Meanwhile, forensic specialists are combing through video drafts and deleted TikToks from the accused account. Among them was a disturbing clip recorded just days before the murder, showing the TikToker staring into the camera with the caption, "Some snakes can't be trusted." Investigators believe this cryptic post could have been a veiled message directed at the victim. Police car light, but there's still one unanswered question: how did the victim and the accused paths collide so violently, and what hidden history tied them together before that fateful night? The shocking twist came when detectives uncovered that the TikToker and the victim weren't strangers at all. In fact, their paths had crossed months earlier through an underground party circuit where influencers and local hustlers mingled. Witnesses say the two struck up a fast friendship, bonded by the lure of quick money, viral fame, and a dangerous nightlife that blurred legal lines. But that friendship soured quickly. According to investigators, the victim had a criminal record tied to small-time drug dealing, while the accused already had two sealed juvenile cases involving assault. Their business dealings soon spiraled into distrust. The victim allegedly accused the TikToker of skimming money from collaborations and stealing credit for viral content ideas. Heated arguments broke out both online and in private, some of which police later recovered in text messages. The most damning evidence? A voice memo recovered from the victim's phone. In it, the accused can allegedly be heard saying, "If you keep talking, I'll shut you up myself. Don't test me." This memo, combined with location data placing the TikToker at the crime scene, surveillance footage, and the cryptic TikTok post, forms the backbone of the prosecution's case. Yet the defense is preparing a brutal counterattack, arguing that the victim's criminal lifestyle brought danger from many directions, and that the TikToker is being framed as the easy villain because of their online persona. Balance scale as the trial approaches, one thing is clear: this case is about far more than murder. It's about ego, betrayal, and the dark side of internet fame. The courtroom is set to become a battleground. Prosecutors have lined up a devastating chain of evidence: the threatening voice memo, the surveillance video, the cryptic TikTok post, and the victim's blood found on the accused clothing. They paint the TikToker as a rising star who let fame corrupt them, someone willing to kill to protect their reputation and secrets. But the defense is fighting back hard. Their strategy? To shift the spotlight onto the victim's own troubled past. They'll argue that the victim's drug ties, criminal associates, and long list of enemies make it impossible to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the TikToker pulled the trigger. Even more, the defense hints that the threatening voice memo may have been spliced together, casting doubt on its authenticity. As jury selection looms, tension mounts online and in the streets. Influencer fans flood social media with hashtags demanding the TikToker's release, while the victim's family rallies for justice. Both sides are locked in a narrative war, one fueled by grief, the other by digital loyalty. What happens next may not just decide guilt or innocence. It may set the tone for how social media stars are judged when the line between performance and reality finally breaks.